There's an association in Japan. In that association, they say that your elder is anybody that knows more than you and is willing to take you to the next level. So if people are going to enjoy the benefits of the association, so what are they going to give? What percentage of whatever they do goes to the association? As much as we expect so much from associations, we also have a lot to contribute to the association. An association should be, in the truth of the word association, it should start with love. It should start with love. When it becomes a clique, only certain people will enjoy. Anybody that starts a clique is the only person that will enjoy the protection of the clique. Greatness is not about doing big things. Greatness is about doing little things excellently. Little things
Thanks
excellently.
excellently.
I think every song should be a product. I do not think every song should just be a praise song. I think it should be a product that is solving a problem.
The conversation.
It's wonderful to have you in our midst this evening, and we're
Yes,
so
sir.
excited. Mike Abdul is an award-winning Nigerian gospel singer, music producer, and a songwriter. And he's been known for several hits, from one hit to another. As one hit is settling down, another one is coming up. And, songs like Kore Day. So his love for music began at a young age, and he started his musical career. I said this year, you said Oduima loud, and sincerely, this year has been loud. As
Yes.
Nigerians, it's been loud, loud, loud. And from there, we went to Ojoro, and from Ojoro, right away we are doing carry body edition. I can carry my body, and it's been exciting. Uncle Mike, the floor is yours. We want to talk about the importance, because I discovered that most of your song you do a lot of collaboration, and for me, it's an exciting thing. What's the importance of association, especially to music ministers in the music industry, and how can we leverage on that?
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, I think very much God made us to be social animals, so to speak. That's why after he made Adam, he by himself said it is not good for him to be alone. And then he gave him help that is meet for him. I think that we're not supposed to work in isolation. We need contacts. We need other people's counsel, to move forward. We need other people to show us the way, actually. A lot of times we really do not know the way like entirely, but we need the shoulders of others, those who have been there before, so that we can see further. Basically, we don't have to run through the same errors that everybody has made. If we know that, okay, these are the errors and these are the lessons to learn from the errors, I think we will do better instead of doing the same things that everyone has done. Apparently that's the power of associations. When Jesus came, he came as God, fully 100% God and fully 100% man. In our thinking, it would really appear like he didn't need anybody, but somehow he found it in himself to raise people who would walk with him, and he raised disciples who would walk with him. He just showed us that even though he's God, he's in this world and bound by the rules of this world. And because of that, to make it easier for him, he had people that he needed to work with. Judas was handling the finances. Peter was the leader, amongst the 12. So Jesus didn't have to pass the whole information to everybody. Peter was there to encourage people and make sure that the work of the master was done. So it was like that. So you find a lot of people doing collaborations. My first major collaboration that I did by myself, okay, my collaborations have always been people featuring me. But the first one I did, invited somebody to be on my song, was with Adaehi. I invited Adaehi to be on my song, and I just discovered that the kind of places my music had not gotten to, I got there because I had Adaehi on the song. Because I had Adaehi on the song, the people who would follow Ada and listen to Ada started listening to me too, right? Um, Ada had presence on YouTube. I didn't have so much presence on YouTube. And because I had Adaehi on my song, I had a lot of people on YouTube now coming to me. My followers increased. My followers increased. Um, and I had a new set of audience because I had Ada on my song. And after that, I also I thought it would be good to leverage on such associations, brand associations, and all that. I went ahead and also featured I featured Topwell also on a song. In fact, two songs. I've done two songs with Topwell. I have done one with him, oh my God, you know. And then sometimes when I know that, okay, this kind of song I'm singing is like the Gen Z kind of singing, you know, I would look for someone who the Gen Zs trust, someone who they listen to, they like the integrity of his music, and are willing to follow. I look for that person, I feature that person. I did that with the song Oh My Loud. I featured Great Man Takit. It took me a lot because the guy lived in, you know, still lives there, lives in Abuja. So we had to bring him down. But I knew the importance of the project, and I already knew my target audience, and I knew I needed somebody who was believable by that target audience. And then I got Great Man Target to be on it. And yeah, we delivered it like that, you know. And when it came to Carry Body, I for Carry Body, I wanted to influence the parties. I thought my music should not just be about church, right? I felt that people, the joy quotient of the people should increase because there's hardship. So if there is hardship, then we also need to increase the joy quotient of the people. So I thought let's give them a great song, you know, that they can really move their body dance to, and just, you know, be inspired by gratitude instead of being distracted by the economy. Be inspired by gratitude. So we thought, okay, let's do that. And I thought that for this style of music, heavy percussive, uh, and the kind of target audience, who can I get? And I just said, who else but Esther Igbekele and Adegolu twins? And I thought that combination was just unprecedented. You know, I reached out to them. Of course, my brothers and my sister, they were magnanimous. They were amazing. They made it easy for me. And then we delivered the song. Immediately we dropped the song. It was like, well, I've been waiting for you guys all our lives. And yeah, it was also easy for us to promote because we put in people who were believable with the sound. You know, they delivered properly, and we're here. So association is powerful. The association is powerful. It makes you see further. You know, you don't have to learn the tricks of the trade all from the beginning. That's why you have associations. Association, they've been through it. They they've done that. You understand? They've been through it all. So a system is already created by the association. So you just run your project through an existing system to make your work easier. That is the power of association, useful association. I
Thank
hope that worked.
you. Yeah. That's beautiful, sir. And we appreciate that very insightful delivery of that first phase. Now, I would love to ask, when you are cooking the songs, composing the songs, of course, like one of the things you said is you are looking for something that would meet your audience at the appropriate place. Now,
Yes,
what other things informs you to bring in? Because if I study some of your music from Morire, you brought in a few artists, then they may not be known, but it was
yes,
a combination of a few artists. Then you moved even this present Home Aloud. There were if artists just came in, breezing in
yes,
and out and everything, Everybody
yes,
has a fight. So it was not just your song. It was like our song. So it's not just an Esther Igbekele thing or the Adegboju things or well, Mike Abdul thing. It was more like everybody had ownership to the song. Now,
You're correct.
what else
Yeah,
informs your composition, sir?
you're very right. Okay, so personally, in listing up my tools for songwriting, my first greatest tool is my mindset. Your mindset will inform your lyrics. Your mindset will inform your attitude. So my mindset is my first guy. So I deal with my mindset. So for me, I have an open mindset. I do not close the doors to the world. I don't close the doors to the world. As a matter of fact, the way I think is that I have graduated from church to the world. The Lord has trained me in church and He has sent me to the world with a message. So every time I'm writing a song about Jesus, I'm not shy. I'm not shy to tell the world about Him. When I'm shy to tell the world about Him, I'll just face the church. I'll be telling the church about Jesus. Now I feel that there's a place that needs a message more than the church, where it seems to be my safety. As an artist, if I'm looking at my career, my safety is just church. Just do something for church, and then you'll be fine. Okay. But as somebody who has, uh, you have, what do I call it now? Uh, you have moved from talent to purpose, so you have purpose. All right. So once you have purpose, you're thinking about your target audience, and then this is the way I look at it. I think every song should be a product. I do not think every song should just be a praise song. I think it should be a product that is solving a problem. It should be a product that is bringing solution to a problem. So identify the solution. I identify the problem first. So um, growing up, I've seen over time that parents will take their children to parties along with them. And then most of these parties, they have a lot of DJs play songs, not minding that they are teenagers or, their children at the parties. And then they play certain tunes that are just not right. You just know that, no, this is not good, and it's hard for parents to censor what their children will listen, because they don't have a control of the atmosphere. The DJ has a control. Now, am I going to blame the DJ? No, I'm not going to blame the DJ, because his job is to entertain. So if I am here as an artist, I do not have the alternative for them, then I should not complain. So I always think about being the alternative. I always want to give you the alternative. So when I'm writing, I'm not just writing for church. I'm also writing for the parties. So I'm thinking for the parties. I'm saying, okay, okay, okay. So at the parties, they need songs of gratitude. So what am I going to write? Okay. So I'm thinking like that. I did a song called Ojoro, and my mind was to present the case of what Jesus did, undeserved favor that He showed to all. I want to present it to the world. I want to tell the world, see what He has done. The thing be like Ojoro. It's undeserved, but He reserved it for me.
Yeah.
I
I
did
saw
not need.
the list you posted on your Instagram yesterday about a young lady that listed the kind of man she wanted. And I
Yeah,
was like, oh, cool. Which one is this one? But it's a journal now.
now. you know. So that's my thinking. So because I was thinking about the world, I was thinking about the common man on the street who will not understand a lot of English and a lot of depth. So I don't want to speak in tongues to him because he doesn't even understand it. He doesn't care. So I want to speak language that he understands, right? I want to speak poetry to him that he'll be able to decipher and say that, wow, oh, is that it? Okay, the Ojoro is good for me. Let's go. So I think first of all, the mindset uh, is very important. And secondly, you have to move from talent to purpose. What you are doing should not just be a display of talent. It must be deliberate. It must be purposeful. What is the reason for writing this song? What is this song going to do? All right. So you have to know that and then go for it. And once you know what it's going to do, you have to also determine a target audience. You must determine a target audience. It's better for you. It informs the way you write. It informs your lamba, it informs your language, your use of language, your choice of words, you know. So I think basically those three things are just important for you. So it helps you right from the cooking stage of the song. Because lastly, I mean, that's the product is the very important thing. If the product is not good, the marketing can be great, but the product has to be impactful, and yeah. So that's how we roll. That's it.
Thank you, Minister Mike. I learned another English, lamba. So I've written it down. Lamba, you must determine your lamba, your language. So I know
Yeah,
that one. Now, I love
yeah.
to ask, is it advisable as an artist to join a group or a clique or an association to rise in life? Or I can just struggle as a solo person and I still get to make it, like our fathers of old.
Well, associations are meant to they're meant to be an advantage, honestly. They're supposed to be an advantage. But it's just that most of the time when we have associations, I think the associations don't um um
Fulfill the purpose to which they are.
thank you. That's
Hmm.
the ish. So the purpose is important. So a lot of associations they do associations so that we just gather. So we just gather, and then once we keep gathering like that, and we're not meeting up with anything, it will be tiring. But if there's a purpose and we have structure in place, we have organs in place to fulfill that purpose and make sure that everyone is served. Whatever you put into the system comes out on the other side, and everybody can use the system. You understand what I'm saying? It's going to be amazing. It's an advantage. Association is meant to be an advantage. It is an advantage. I have a friend who just who joined Rotary Club. Um, Gospel artist. She joined Rotary Club, and I'd be like, why join Rotary Club? But she had a concert. You need to see the way Rotary Club rose for her. I was at the concert. Rotary Club rose for her. Now they were amazed. She made the people of Rotary Club. Anybody joins Rotary Club. It's not any religion based. Anybody can be there. But you see, her concert was a huge blessing to them. So much that they have taken her as a project now. And then one smart thing she did was that she also raised concern for society through her concerts. Now, that's what Rotary is about. So immediately they tapped into that vision and now they're a part of it. Right now, as I speak to you, they are planning her next concert with her because the concert came with purpose. The
Purpose,
concert
purpose,
came with purpose. Yeah.
purpose,
So
purpose.
I think that's the strength we should have as an association. What is the purpose? What is the need of the people that should join this association? What is their need? How do we meet that need? If we cannot even meet it, how do we alleviate? You understand what I'm saying? So I think associations are meant to be impactful. They are necessary, actually.
Thank you so much, sir. I'm sure our family and friends out there listening, we're catching up with one or two things. And if I would love to summarize what you said, so one of the essence of association is purpose, and not just
Yes, sir.
purpose, for people to identify a need through the association, give it
Yes,
to
sir.
through the association, and come back with a product at the end of the
Yes,
day.
sir.
Mm,
Yes,
mm.
sir.
Sir, what informs your collaborations, especially with people you're gathering with artists? Okay, you have written a song, you know it's going to be a hit song, it's a product that is going to do something. Then what informs, okay, let me collaborate with this, with that, and like the instances of Adae that you said,
Yes,
at that point, maybe for you, YouTube wasn't your thing at that time, but
yes,
now
yes.
we can't place it side by side. That's the truth. You you've
It's true.
you've taken over Instagram and all this other
Uh,
platforms, and
yes,
it's a great thing. So, what is it that informs your collaboration, sir? As we have
yes.
that questions.
Yes, sir. All right. So collaborations give mileage. They give mileage. It takes you to the world of the person you are collaborating with. It also brings that person into your world, So that's what collaboration does. As a matter of fact, um, through collaborations, I've been able to discover for a fact that one shall chase 1,000, two shall chase 10,000. It is true. If you do not do it, you may not know it, a lot of times, my target audience informs my collaboration. If I have a target audience that these are the people I want to reach, then I need people that they love, people that they want to hear, people that they listen to, people that they believe. So I bring those people into my world, and yeah, that's how it rolls. Now, for Carry Body, for instance, the first set of people that loved Carry Body were the CAC people, and then the MFM people joined. Right now, it's Sele people. It's Sele people, and you see that would also come from the strength of someone like Esther Ibekele, and of course Adebudu. I also try to make sure that they were also comfortable within the sound. You understand what I'm saying? Because I'm bringing them to some sound by one Mike Abdul who did Moride and songs like that. So I wanted to make sure they were also comfortable within the sound, so that they can reach their people. Because I'm trying to also reach their people, with the sound. Just make a putbury, my people, their people, her people. You understand what I'm saying? And then that way we create a new experience. So basically, that's what informs collaboration. What informs collaboration is trying to reach some places that you've never reached before, or trying to make your horizon wider. Collaborations then become very, very necessary. It is you now sounding a different way without copying the person, but now bringing the person in. It's possible to say, oh, let me sound like this person, for this, but you just decide that, no, I won't sound like this person. Let me bring the person to my world. All right. So you bring in the person to your world, and the person delivers truthfully and delivers a light, to the people effortlessly. I think that's what informs collaborations for me.
As much as the associations are bent to improve and help us, some
Yes.
associations could be toxic. How do we decode that, and how do we run away from such thing? For example, if a very mild example, Nigeria went to Libya, see how they dealt with them. And I'm not sure they won't want to. They want to play that game anymore.
I
I'm
know.
not sure because, but it was supposed to be. Football is supposed to be a game of friendship and everything. But when
Yes,
it's not
please.
becoming something, you have to start someone for hours. It's so. How do you run away from an experience, sir?
Uh, Honestly, I think for associations, um, we must have the rules we play with. And then love is very key. Love is very important. Um, that's why cliques don't do well. When an association starts becoming a clique, that's where the problem is. An association should be, in the truth of the word association, it should start with love. It should start with love. When it becomes a clique, only certain people will enjoy. Anybody that starts a clique is the only person that will enjoy the protection of the clique.
So there's a difference between association and a clique.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So most cliques are actually toxic. In fact, cliques are toxic. So you just form a clique, and the intention is actually to protect. Most of the time, it looks like that. Okay, let's just use it to protect one another. But eventually, a lot of people get left out. So a clique, they protect themselves regardless of the truth. So even when there are lies within it, because they have to stay together, they still stay together without telling themselves the truth. It doesn't come out of love, it comes out of what I stand to gain. It comes out of what I stand to gain. And when it is like that, the gains cannot go around the same way. And because the basis has not been love anyway, it's about what I stand to gain, and the gain is not going around the same way, there will be tension. There'll be tension, and then there'll be reactions. That's what happens within cliques. But an association, if completely standing as what it is, an association which is based on love, based on togetherness, based on truth and light. When we see things that are negative, we would run away from them. We would stay away from them. We would pray for one another. We would love one another. We would help to direct one another. The Japanese, there's a clique, there's an association in Japan. In that association, they say that your elder is anybody that knows more than you and is willing to take you to the next level.
Wow.
So it's not by age. Anybody that knows more than you and is willing to take you to the next level. That is the way we should see associations, honestly. We must be willing to take the other to the next level. That's what an association is.
Thank you so much, sir. If I get you very much, I see click as having a selfish interest, even
Yes,
though
sir.
you're associating with someone. Maybe you're not coming artist and say, Mike Abdul, please come and collaborate with you, and say, no, 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 I can't, I'm busy and stuff. And you know, now it does that, and it goes to meet another eye artist and say, Uncle, come and collaborate with you, and say, no, no, no. And he feels that, is it because I'm upcoming? How do people handle such pain? Or how should they go around things like that? Because sometimes some people have good intention, they want to
Yeah.
collaborate, but there is no room. Every other person seems busy on their own. How do they go around it? How have you gone around it when you were at that stage, sir?
Yes, sir. Well, I may shock you if I let you know that even now, as Mike Abdul, I ask collaborations from certain people who you cannot say that are at my level, so to speak, and they refuse.
Wow.
Yes, they refuse, and I understand. Um, because for some of them, they are not comfortable in my sound.
Your
They
style
are
of
not
music.
comfortable. Exactly, they are not comfortable in my sound, and I must understand that. Yes, so I accept it. I honestly accept it. Now, for some people that are seemingly up there, see, everybody has a plan for themselves. They're like, okay, this is the level I want to be now. This is the kind of sound I want right now. All right. As Mike Abdul, I've done a lot of Fuji, I've done a lot of street stuff, and I may just get to a level where I want to pipe low on the street stuff, and I want to reach more to your soul than your flesh. Reaching to your flesh is not a problem for me. As long as I'm reaching to your flesh, even with the goodness of Christ, I'm fine. But now, if I want to drop that a lot and reach more to your soul, I may not be able to feature on the sound you are perceiving of me. Because you have looked at me, Babani now, it's going to be street, man. So this street jam, Baba will be good on it. And me, I have told myself that for this season, this is the way I want to look. This is the brand I want to create for this time. So if you come with your sound, I may just not fit in. So if I say I may not be able to do it now, you will get offended, But just understand that everybody has their reasons, right, for choosing where they
To
want to be.
collaborate or not?
Exactly. So people have their reasons. So just understand it and move. See, let me tell you this also. When God called you, He did not feature anybody in your calling. When God called you, did not feature
OG.
anybody. Then
OG.
exactly. So uh, featurings and collaborations are not a must. Honestly, they are not a must for you to rise to the next level. A lot of times, honestly, some of us come out of oblivion into the light without collaborations. In fact, most people, 90% of everybody that got into the light, they did so without collaborations. We didn't know Sinach because of collaborations. We didn't know Midnight Crew because of collaborations. Midnight Crew came in like a force, they did their thing, and it happened. Sammie Okposo of blessed memory. We knew him, he came as Sammie Okposo, not because he collaborated with who was the big guy then. It was Dr. Panam Pasipor, for instance. You understand what I'm saying? He came, he did his thing, and then we accepted him, we knew him, we loved the music. You understand what I'm saying? And he rose through the ranks. It's just what it is. So you do not have to depend on collaborations to widen your horizons. It's just that sometimes you get to a point where you just know that this song, your collaborations must just be with purpose. They must be with purpose. This is the person that can do this. Okay, I did a song called Ojoro and I featured Clement White, who practically nobody knows. Do you get it? So nobody knows him. But I needed him to sound like a Congolese because my target was to reach people who enjoy sukus and makusa. That was my target. And so I needed that Congolese feel at the end. That's the reason why I bought Clement White.
And
And he
that's
gave it to
why right now your song is being played in Ghana. And you said you are going to attend a church in Ghana when they played Ojoro. They've
Yes,
sent
it
you
is.
there.
Exactly. It's played in Ghana. It's enjoying. We have some, it's amazing. We created an African tune. That's what we did. That was the intention. All right. So that's why I had Clement White who could deliver, that sound. He could deliver it. That's why I have him on the song.
Mm. Thank you, sir. The association has responsibilities to the members. So
Yes,
also,
sir.
I feel the members who has responsibilities to the association. I feel it's a
Yes.
two-way thing. What do you think, sir?
It is. It has to be. When someone came to meet me about an association for gospel artists. I said, see, I always run from associations because associations always need funding. Associations cannot just, they can't stand alone, no. And then you just put somebody to head the association. That person is going to be drained. They're going to need fundings, and that person will have to be dropping the funds all the time. I told them, I said that's for me, that's what's happening to P-Man. That's why P-Man is not doing as much as he should be doing. I believe that every cover that comes to every artist in Nigeria, something out of it should be going to P-Man. That is the way P-Man can function. If you have an association that does not have, there's no budget, there's nothing, they can only do so much. They will drag for years. That's what will happen. I think uh, funding is number one thing, very important. Of course, purpose is first thing actually, but to drive purpose, you need money, you need funding, and it has to come from somewhere. So if people are going to enjoy the benefits of the association, so what are they going to give? What percentage of whatever they do goes to the association to make that work. You understand what I'm saying? So those are concerns. Those are concerns. We can't wait and say that, oh, well, we're going to look forward to, or look up to certain companies or churches to fund us when we cannot even fund ourselves. It's just like what happens to record labels. People want to join record labels. You expect the record label to spend so much on you, the kind of money that even your dad cannot spend on you. Even you cannot spend that kind of money on yourself, but you want the record label to spend it on you. Now, when the record label now signs you and says that it is 50-50 or 70-30 or 60-40, you're like, hey, they want to use my destiny. Seriously? Where was your destiny before you saw the record
You
label?
join.
You understand? So it's just what it is. I think it's a major issue. I don't know how we can come up with something, a system that would help associations to thrive. As much as we expect so much from associations, we also have a lot to contribute to the association.
What about spaghetti records? Why not? Why spaghetti records? Why not Indomie records? What informs spaghetti records?
Exactly, exactly. I think this is one of the reasons. The funny side of it is also one of the reasons. The curiosity side of it is one of the reasons. We want people to want to know. You know, but apparently, well, people used to call me Mr. Spaghetti because I was very thin. I was thin.
Really?
Um, I was thin. I was very thin. So it started with calling me Fido Dido. If you remember Fido Dido, 7 Up advert then.
Yes, yes,
That
yes, yes.
exactly that figure. So right from secondary school, so those of us that were thin were normally called Fido Dido and all that. So after I left secondary school, got to the university, spaghetti, Ogun Shakilode, that kind of thing. So they called me Mr. Spaghetti. So I assumed the name. I just called myself Mr. Spaghetti. And when it was time to start the record label, I needed a name. And a friend of mine, I discussed with him, please, can we brainstorm? I need a name for my record label. We tried all sorts of names. We thought Light of the World label, stuff, all those, Christianese and stuff. And then he just felt that why not let's speak to the world. Let's
I
speak
get
to the
you.
world, with our purpose. Let's go into the world. That's it. And then, so what's wrong with using Spaghetti Records since you're Mr. Spaghetti? And it sounded good to me. I'm like, Spaghetti Records. Wow. I called my lawyer immediately. Does Spaghetti Records exist? She said, let me find out. She called me back and said, it doesn't exist. I said, now it exists. Go and register it. Now it exists. Let's start Spaghetti Records. And
Wow.
that's actually what found it. Yeah.
Thank you so much. That's on the lighter side. I have two questions in the chat room. Let me quickly go through it. One of it says, "Hi, I'm a chorister in the CAC church. I grew up listening to Don Moore, Ron Kenoli, even Women of Faith, and they influenced my style of music growing up. Now I am in a CAC church. I have adapted the style of song in those for what I do, my prayer sessions, and now I'm not sure of what my style of music is anymore. How can I find my own unique style and maintain it while also being able to adapt the style of the culture and the congregation where I'm currently as one of their praise team leaders?"
Amazing. Okay, yeah. Well, every church like organization, they have their worship culture. They have their sound culture, and but you really have to be true to yourself. I think you need to be also true to yourself. If not, you'll find out that about five of you in that choir or 10 of you in that choir are trying to just fulfill the culture of the church. That's what you're doing. Um, and you're denying yourself. Now, it's okay, to want to do that, to want to, respect the sound culture of the church. It's also okay to also speak yourself into that culture. It is okay to enter the culture and influence the culture. You can influence the culture. It is possible to influence the culture. If you do not do anything, you will not even know what works. You will just want to stick to what works in that organization and stick to their culture. Very soon you'll be bored. Even the congregation will be bored. They'll be tired of you. Everybody always seeks for the new. Very soon, someone new will come who will change it, and you'll be like, but this is what I've been trying to tell you people. You didn't understand it. It's because you just didn't impact. You didn't exert yourself. You have to. It's just like you have virus in a system, and then you have the antivirus. If the antivirus stays aloof and says that this system is full of virus, I can't enter. That's a culture there. But what the antivirus does is that the antivirus enters the culture and gives the culture a new information, telling the viruses how now to behave. They are still viruses, so but you are telling the because the viruses are viruses because of the information they have. So they work according to the rules sets. So when an antivirus comes, it gives them a set of new rules, gives them new light, and then they move in the direction of the antivirus. So that's what you are supposed to be. There is an existing culture. How do I enter this culture and influence the culture? That's what you're supposed to do. You're
Mm.
supposed to influence the culture with what you have. And yeah, since it's an influence of a culture, it takes you first entering the culture, understanding the culture. So once you understand the culture and then you're part of the culture, you can now influence the culture with what you have. If you do not try, you never know what will work. You have to try.
Thank you so much, sir. Let me go to the other question. What are the characteristics I should look for when choosing a gospel artist to follow or model after while I try to find myself as a song minister or as a chorister in the church?
Oh, Gagon.
Oh my Lord.
Oh, my Lord. There's a lot to learn from people. Um, sometimes we just want to be spiritual, just purely spiritual. So we're looking for that spiritual essence in other people to learn anything from them. Um, but you see, amazingly, the people you're looking up to actually worked on themselves. Um, if you are seeing what you're seeing is, oh, I'm not seeing the spirit. They also worked on their craft. They also worked on their craft. So you must learn to look out for that. You know, um, uh, the creativity. A lot of times, most of the greatest people we learn from, we didn't learn from them because of their character. We learned because of their craft. We learned because they really worked. I listened to Fred Hammond, and then I'm not. What I learned from Fred Hammond is not the fact that he was fasting for how many days. What the first thing that attracted me to Fred Hammond is that how can you be so skillful in in music that is kind of relegated to, you understand what I'm saying? It's not mainstream, but in it you are very skillful. Now that is what attracted me to someone like Fred Hammond. And then Kirk Franklin came, and then I'm like blown away, like Kilo Day.
Oh
How can you
boy.
give your life? How can you so give your life? Give everything you have into this thing that you do. I learned from these guys that greatness is not about doing big things. Greatness is about doing little things excellently. Little
Hmm.
things
Thanks
excellently.
excellently.
It is the compilation of the excellent little things you do. That's what becomes greatness. That's what I learned. I think that that is what we should look out for in whoever is going to be your mentor, so to speak. You should look out for those amazing qualities, learn from them. Learn from them, and yeah, find yourself. Find yourself. You will never find yourself if you don't try. You won't find
Hmm.
yourself if you don't try. You have to keep trying. You have to keep doing it. And you have to keep responding. As much as you listen to them, also listen to you. Listen to you.
Hmm.
Listen to you. As much as you listen to
To
them,
them.
you must sit down and listen to you.
Hmm. Hmm. Oh,
You will find yourself.
thank you so much, sir. It's been exciting discussing with you.